So I get asked a lot on my channel about using training shoes for pickleball. Which training shoe is best, which will hold up for pickleball sessions, and I have filmed a video on that that's linked up there below. But today, I'm gonna flip the script. What if we talk about using pickleball shoes in the gym? So I get that not everybody wants to buy multiple pairs of shoes. It's 2024, shoes are more expensive, inflation is there. Like, there are a lot of things going on to where I don't think everybody needs to go buy just tons of pairs of shoes. So if you want a singular shoe and you are playing a lot of pickleball, can you use that shoe for the gym? That's what I want to talk about in this video. And now for context, I play pickleball every single week. And when it comes to my rating, I would say I hover anywhere from like a 3 to 3.5 in my opinion. Some of my friends, depending on where we're playing, say I'm more of a 4, but I would not put myself there, so please do not come at me and humble me if that is not the case, but generally a 3 to 3.5 playing every single week is where I live with pickleball. So that said, as I've gotten more into wearing pickleball shoes and getting more into that sport, I have started to experiment training in them more, and I want to talk about that in this video, so let's dive in. So the first reason why pickleball shoes can work for training revolves around their midsoles. So the midsole in the shoe is this material here that separates the foot from the floor. The outsole would be the bottom here. Now, with pickleball shoe midsoles, generally speaking, you are going to have a medium density foam midsole. So it's not going to be so plush to where you're like rolling your ankle when you're moving laterally and doing digs on the court, but it's also not going to be so dense to where you feel like you're running on cinder blocks. And so generally speaking, medium density foams like in this challenge shoe from Nike, they do really well for accommodating different asks in the gym. So with this shoe, for example, this midsole is stable enough to support heavier lifting, but it's also bouncy enough to support plyometrics. So if you are somebody who is planning to lift and do some cross training in your pickleball shoes, generally the midsoles will feed really well into those activities. And now, despite being stable, will they be the best for maxing out your squat, deadlift, etc.? Not necessarily, just because generally you are gonna have a bit of toe spring, so you are gonna have a little bit of a lip of the toe in your pickleball shoes. And then for example, in this model, you have a little bit of a heel bevel. This will take away from your ability to feel planted when you're doing maximal lifts, but in the context of just general strength training, so machine work, some free weight work, and more recreational lifting, the midsole in this shoe can do a really good job. So the first reason why pickleball shoes can work for training, once again, is because the midsoles used in pickleball shoes feed really well into different types of training regarding lifting and cross training, so blending this athletic style training together. The second reason why pickleball shoes can work for training is generally you will have also sidewall support. So when you are doing lateral work on the court, for example, you want a little bit more structure here through the lateral sidewall. This is going to help give you a wall to brace into so you can dig and then cut back to your opposing angle. And with most pickleball shoes, this is going to be built in. So for example, in this model, you have a rigid boot cup, and then up here on the forefoot, this upper construction is designed to have a little bit more rigidity here through the lateral sidewall. So for my friends out there who plan to do a lot of multi-directional work in the gym, or any form of plyo, so broad jumps, box jumps, etc., you will like the upper security generally in most pickleball shoes. The upper is designed to lock that foot down for multi-directional explosive exercises, and it's funny because I find that the upper in most pickleball shoes actually does a slightly better job than most cross-training shoes, which are dialed for training for this activity. And it's always kind of ironic too when you think about like basketball shoes and all these other shoes that are designed for sports that work really well in the gym. We kind of often forget, hey, these shoes designed for sports will also work really well for the gym, and the upper construction and materials used in most pickleball shoes is a great example of how most pickleball shoes actually have a really dialed upper construction for hip training, multi-directional training, etc. So the second reason why pickleball shoes can be great for training is the upper security is generally really awesome, especially in the context of lateral movement. The third reason why pickleball shoes can be great in the gym is their outsole construction. So the outsole is this rubber tread on the bottom of the shoe. Most pickleball shoes will have full rubber outsoles, or they'll have breaks like this model where there is some foam exposed. Now, why is that important in the gym? Well, traction. When you are training on turf, rubber gym floors, wooden platforms, whatever it might be, full rubber outsoles, or mostly full rubber outsoles on training shoes, pickleball shoes, etc., will give you the most grip possible. And so with pickleball shoes, because you are doing so much explosive multi-directional work on the court and on wooden floors if you're playing indoors, you're gonna want a lot of grip, and this carries over to the gym. So if you are needing that shoe that is great for stopping and starting and explosive exercises, generally the outsoles used in pickleball shoes will carry over really well into the context of those needs. So the third reason why pickleball shoes work for the gym is their outsole constructions and how much grip you're gonna get out of those. But now let's talk about a couple of areas where pickleball shoes can fall short in the gym. So now in the gym, there are two areas where I think pickleball shoes start to fall short. Number one is when you are wanting maximal stability. So if you are pushing 1RMs with your deadlift, your squat, or if you're doing just very heavy work, like heavy dumbbell snatches like I was doing today, you will likely start to notice that the stability of the shoe can start to fall short a little bit, and that is due to two reasons. Number one, the stack height. So with the stack height of your pickleball shoe, generally lower to the ground will give you a more balanced and stable feel. That's not always the case, but when you do have a higher stack height like in this shoe, it is gonna give you a little bit more of an unstable platform when you're really trying to ground the feet and push some serious weight. The second reason why this model can start to lack for this type of training is with the beveling of the heel and the toe spring, you will start to have a little bit more rock. This type of shoe is designed to be athletic, so it is designed to have you on your forefoot, moving multi-directionally, even being a little bit on the heel depending on what you're doing and where you're moving. And so if you are trying to really ground and plant the feet, that is where this model can start to fall short as well in the context of that sole construction and how flat it gets you to the ground. The second area where the pickleball shoes can start to fall short in the gym is if you're doing more running. With these shoes, they will work for short bouts of running. That is what they're designed to do. But if you are tacking on 2-3 miles, etc., that's where this model can start to fall a little bit short, feel a little bit heavy at times. And with this model specifically, I didn't love it for doing like a 2-mile run. I found it to be a little bit more dense. It felt like a denser training shoe, and I would rather a plusher ride for that context. Plus, if you're buying pickleball shoes and you want them to last, it's probably not the best idea to do long distance runs in them because that can break down shoes that are not designed for that pretty dang fast. All right guys, hopefully this video helps you understand if pickleball shoes can be good for working out. They can be honestly great shoes for cross training and lifting depending on what you're doing and the specificity in which you want to use them. If you have additional questions on pickleball shoes and training, drop a comment down below or reach out to me personally, whichever you prefer. And if you train in pickleball shoes currently in the gym, which model do you like? Because I am starting to rotate my pickleball shoes more. I don't necessarily love this model. I find it to be a little bit narrow, and I don't love the midsole overall regarding the beveling of the heel and its feel. So definitely let me know what you've been enjoying in the gym because I want to try out more models. But all that said, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.